What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode. Today we're back working on Angry Mac. If you guys kept up with the build series, there were two things that I didn't replace, and that was the gunwale that goes around the boat and the windscreen. There were two reasons why. Number one is I wanted to keep this build budget friendly. For a new windscreen, you're looking at like $1,200 to $1,500, and a gunwale, professionally install it, you're looking at about $1,500 to $2,000. And at that time, it was just a little bit out of my budget to get everything done on this boat. So I've now had the boat finished for 6 months, and it was time to replace the window. So the gunwale is going to be changed very soon. I thought I'd do the window first. There was so much overspray and crap on it from the rebuild, and of course it was starting to get like spiderwebby and it looked like crap. After having the boat a couple of months now, being rebuilt, I decided to change the window out. It was about $1,200, so Kevin from Windows West, thank you very much. We still got a bit of a cleanup to do, so you can actually see what it looked like underneath the paint. So we've got to clean this up, get the vacuum out, maybe give it a wipe down. I got to get rid of 2 screws, they just would not come out, so I got to angle grind those off, give that a clean up, and we'll install the brand new window. It's pretty exciting because we ended up going with a bigger angle on the window. The Voyagers had a bit of a crap angle. There was almost like a speedboat. So what we've done is Brad, and that hooked me up with the beautiful hardtop canopy. He put that front bar on a 60-degree angle, which is where the modern boat windows sit. So he did an awesome job there, and Kevin ended up matching that. So the window sits in line with the bar from the hardtop canopy there. So that's going to look awesome. And of course, tinted Perspex windows. So we're going to get that beautiful stealth look. It's going to look $1,000,000. So this is what I picked up from Kevin. These are the 2 front panels, the side panels. This is like that little A-frame that sits on top and keeps it all together. And also supplied is some seal-proof silicone to stick it on, and all the corresponding screws. Now, Kevin was a legend, and he even gave me the tapered bit to screw into the side of the fiberglass, some tape, and that's just the nozzle for the silicone there. So everything's here to install. Let's clean this up and get this on. This boat was actually in the Pilbara, so you can see all that red dust over the years of just getting built up and getting jammed inside that window. There's a lot of gunk that I got to remove, and we're just going to hit that with some wax and grease remover and get rid of all that contaminants, so our new window has the best chance of bonding to the old fiberglass here. But you can see where the old screw holes were. We just got to get rid of all the silicone that was left behind from the previous window, give it a hit with wax and grease, and we're ready to install this new one. Just going to use this like big bladed screwdriver and just scrape that out like that. Doesn't matter if you scratch it because that sits on the inside of the window, so that's not important. But what is important is removing all that silicone, so the new window is seated properly on the fiberglass. Like always, guys, it's all in the preparation. It took a good 20 minutes to remove all the silicone and excess gunk off where the actual window sits. Once that was removed, it was one last clean and it was ready for an install. Now it's time to construct this. So Kevin did have it all together before I picked it up, and man, it looks so sick. It comes with like these little channels, and it all just connects together like Lego. So we'll set it all up on the floor here, and then we'll sit it into position, make sure it all fits, and then we can work out where our drill holes are and start tapping them. And then the last step is just run a bead of silicone and screw it all in, and Bob's your uncle. Alrighty, so this is the top piece that connects the 2 panels together and seats it so it's spot on. That gets put on last, so we'll just sit that over there. So this is port. Why aren't you going in? Oh, maybe you got to slide it on top. Ah, there we go. Ah, voila. That's it. Shit. So yeah, they use like these these little channels so it slides straight in, and that's basically my 4-panel window. So you've got the 2 triangles on the sides and then your 2 face panels, and then they've got this little bit of flat bar welded up so you can get your angle right, and that all gets bolted in along the top here. So the reason why I'm doing the window first is I want to get some clears on the actual boat itself, so we're all nice and dry when we go out deep sea fishing, and I wanted to get the window changed because of this angle, and I needed to get that done first prior to getting all the clears done. Oh my god, look at this, guys. Yes, that looks so good. Can you see how the window frame is matching up with the canopy leg there? Oh my gosh, look at that. I can't wait to start ripping off. It's gonna look so good in that black tinted perspex. And look how much more room I have on the dash as well, because the angle's just so much further pushed back. Wow, just makes the boat look that much better. Let's get these holes drilled out now, tapped and siliconed in position. Oh my god, I'm getting excited. Alrighty, so what I think the best plan of attack is to screw the back ones in place so it's then secured. I can then push the front down, drill those 2 in. So once I know that it's seated in the proper position, I'll then silicon it all up, screw my mounting screws in, and then I can do the rest. So what was supplied wasn't actually a self-tapping screw, it was just a normal Phillip heads bolt that actually needed to be threaded. That's why the thread tap was supplied. I believe it's a 964 thread size, I could be wrong. But, I had to drill it with a small pilot hole with a drill bit, and then I'd go through with the thread tap. Alrighty, they're all now drilled and tapped. We're gonna remove the mounting screws, 1 on each side and the 2 at the front, so we can just remove the frame from the fiberglass, get rid of all the fiberglass filings, give it one last clean, and then we can put a bead of silicone, screw them all in, and fill in the beautiful gap that runs along the bottom there. Okay. Now we're just going to run a bead of silicone along the frame where the frame meets the fiberglass. This part here is pretty self-explanatory. I just pushed the frame back from the fiberglass about 20 mil to allow the gun to come through, and put a nice bead of silicone between the back face of the frame so it pushes hard up against the fiberglass and creates a nice seal. Once that was complete, it was time to put all the bolts in, putting in my 2 rear and the 2 front, and then the rest in between. The window is now positioned, all the screws are now in. Just run a bead of silicone along the edge of the frame here with the rest of the tube, and that is job done. The last thing we've got to do then is just put the top piece on, and we can start peeling off the sides. So using some of this gaffer tape, I'm just running it along the frame so we don't put any excess silicone over the brand new window. Then you just run a bead of silicone between the frame and the fiberglass, and then run it through with a wet finger so it doesn't stick to your skin. Now I've just gave the areas a bit of a hit with wax and grease remover just in case I've got any like silicone on the fiberglass, so I'll just give the inside a bit of a hit. The last thing now is just this bar. Oh my god.
perfect fit.
Not bad, eh? There we have it. Oh, awesome, eh? Well, there you have it, guys. The brand new window installed on Angry Mac 2. Very informative video, but a lot of you guys requested it in the comments. But man, I am so stoked with how it turned out. We already took it out fishing a day after installation, and if you guys want to check that out, it'll be in the link below. Guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Give this video a thumbs up. I'll see you in the next one.